Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second fixture of match day 3, Barthes Trophy Under 20 tournament here in Nairobi, Kenya, pitting Uganda taking on Tunisia.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Tunisia taking on Uganda. The two sides making their way onto the pitch, ladies and gentlemen. Turning out for the Tunisia side.
This is a placement fixture, enabling us to know who comes in position 5 and who comes in position number 6 in the Barthes Under 20 Trophy tournament being hosted here in the capital of Kenya, Nairobi. Fixture, Tunisia lost the first fixture in 1918 to Zimbabwe, and then they won the second fixture 25-20 against Zambia. Uganda lost 54-20 to the host Kenya, and then they won 26-19 against Ivory Coast. We'll commence with the national anthems.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's all be upstanding for the national anthem of Tunisia.
And the first national anthem is the anthem of Tunisia.
And now for the national anthem of Uganda.
Now for the national anthem of the Republic of Uganda.
The dignitary is led by the chairman of the Kenya Rugby Union, accompanied by the chairman and president.
And this your officials for this fixture. The center referee is Talent Gandiwa, assisted by Stefan Rokotondia Raini and Moses. And then for the fourth official is Linus. Fourth official is Linus. Onolala, Kazozi, Tata, Baya, Kardani, Belhaja, Benreb, Abdi, Ali Jlasi, Riahi, Ayari, Bahdi, Salmi, Grami, Bahri. That's a fixture for Tunisia.
Daniel Okelo, Abba Champara, Alvin Rukundo, Alexander Mirianga, David Bajasaniko, Joshua Nebuavani, Michael Pelengo, and Stevie Kalema, and finally,
the fixture for Uganda, the starting lineup, we have Kiaga, Emiemu, Conte, Wandera, Mwadegu, Ampeire, Ochieng, Bienzika, Mwebaze, Waswa, Mwesigwa, Kabogoza, Ochan, Lemeriga, and Daniel Okelo as the fullback.
The center referee, Nyayo from Zimbabwe. Stefan assisting the center referee from Madagascar.
The kickoff will be commencing coming from the Tunisia side, directed towards the temperature for today, ladies and gentlemen. We are expecting highs of 26 degrees centigrade. Humidity is at 60%, and the wind speed is going at 18 kilometers per hour. Center referee there, right there, Talent Gandiwa from Zimbabwe. And we've commenced this fixture. Uganda able to hold on to collect onto that fixture. And they're kicking out of danger as we start. I'll be your host for today, Willie Wex, and I'll be joined in by Elijah Toili for analytics. Uganda able to kick the ball into touch, right outside the halfway line. Tunisia's first attempt, the first line out being handled by Mohamed Azozi. Mohamed Azozi trying to ensure that this line-out is perfect. Uganda also looking at disrupting it. This is a fixture to suit us to know who's finishing 5th and who's finishing 6th at this Barthes Under-20 trophy tournament. Very good collection of the ball by Tunisia. And Mohamed Hardani is able to do a very good carry of the ball into contact. Uganda, who we've known them to be very good in contact, are not going any less from our prediction. They're ensuring that they keep you within your space. They will not allow you any advantage, but Tunisia also being very instrumental, very great with the run. It's a very good run right there, very good offload, very good run that was done by Mohamed Salah Ben Reb, and then it's an offload. And here we have the one and only Ali Jalasi with a very good offload collected right there by Hossein Ktata, and ball is going all the way. A very good sidestep, ladies and gentlemen. First try of the game by Mohamed Riahi. Mohamed Riahi opening the scores with less than 2 minutes to play. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a cracking fixture. And as I informed you, joining me here in studio today is one and only Elijah Toili. Elijah, what do you have to say, considering in less than 2 minutes, Tunisia already have a score on the board with the one and only Mohamed Riahi going over the whitewash?
Very strong start from Tunisia. Looking at them, very clinical, very well executed, accuracy in their passes, spreading the ball wide after building up in few racks. They look really up for the game. I think they are felt hard done by. They are thinking we should have been in the finals, because looking at the way they played their first 2 games, they were just close losses. And therefore, we are looking at a conversion attempt here by Mohamed Riahi, the try scorer himself. Really taking his time, doing the calculations. Only kickers will know how that is done. And flags go up. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 7-pointer in the first 3 minutes of the game, setting the pace. Uganda know they are in it. They know they're in it for a big fight, because Tunisia clearly showing the intents early on, playing in the right places, recycling fast, very fast balls from the racks, giving Uganda no time to reset their defenses. And looking at the way they have been split open, it's because of how fast the ball has been recycled.
And we're back for kickoff to commence. And very good collection of the ball, very good collection of the ball by Belhaj. Tunisia opting to get out of danger. Very good kick straight out, right at the 10, right at the 10. Adem is able to put the ball out into touch. And it's a Uganda ball right outside the 10. Right outside the 10. Uganda with an opportunity to showcase what they have with Edward Emiemu. A very good throw, but it was not collected by anyone, and they lose possession. And you get to lose such a possession, and Tunisia will punish you, ladies and gentlemen. Very good flow of the ball. He tried to knock it left, right, and center. He still held on to it. The referee didn't call anything. Dundland didn't call on to it. He loses the ball right as he was moving with it. So Uganda's possession. Very good going into contact right there. Uganda move the ball. There's a player who's down. Very good flow of the ball. We have Joseph Mwesigwa. Very good step. He plays for one of the premiership teams in the Uganda Premier League. Very good collection of the ball by Joel Nkonte. And they've been able to secure it. Uganda now going into contact to just ensure that Tunisia are able to feel their presence in this fixture. And a very unique way of tackling as he went just under before the player got there. Uganda player is being lifted up. There's an infringement that has been called, and we are back to the penalty position. Talent Gandiwa ensuring that the game is being played fairly. He spots the location, and I'm not sure what Uganda will do with this one, but if I was in their touchline as an official, say you go for points, and yes, they're going for points. Elijah.
Early on, both teams showing their intentions whenever they visit each other's half, trying to ensure that they have collected points, getting dividends for the possession and the territory. And here we know that Daniel Okello, this is the man to watch in this tournament. He's the top point scorer, currently leading with 36 points in the whole tournament. Sure, with the boot, he's been able to do 31 kicks over the posts. And as we look at that, he has gone wide with the kick to the far right, but clearly showing that they will take whatever points they can get once they get into Tunisia's half.
So as we take into this one, Okello is not able to collect the points for Uganda. So it's a drop kick at the 22, and his counterpart, Mohamed Riahi, with the ball, trying to get them out of danger. Very high kick of the ball. That really goes to the opponents, but this is what Uganda has been good at, holding the player up. They've been very good at this. Irrespective of who they're playing against. When it was against Kenya, when it was against they've played the same fixture where they hold on to you and ensure that it's a turnover for a scrum to their possession. Very good by Uganda.
Yeah, showing that they have a clear game plan. It's a repeat. It's what they've been doing throughout the whole tournament, ensuring that when they're in your territory, they hold you up and turn over possession. And when they're in their territory, they go low, they do chop tackles and ensure that they put you down and contest in the racks. So they have a very clear game plan. It's up to Tunisia to understand and acknowledge what they are facing here. But this is a good setup. We try this the first scrum. We want to see the superiority goes to who in the scrum, because it will dictate the pace of the game and how each team utilizes the scrum as either an attacking weapon or a defensive weapon. Setting up, waiting for the center ref to put everything in order. Alvin with the ball and just waiting for the instructions and clearance from the referee to put it in. And we will see what their game plan looks like. Steady scrum right there. Good channeling of the ball. Uganda showing that they are able to contest, but it was really a shaky one at the end of it. Ball going out wide. Good carry, but Daniel Okello stepped out of that man. Good handoff and also kicking in, setting up the pace. They have to go down, contest and secure the rack. Look out for the runners coming in. Ball lost in that attempt to go into contest, into a collision, and it becomes a scrum down for Tunisia. And a little bit of patience needed by Uganda. They were in the right place. They should have taken their time. However, I think when you see 3 or 4 forwards as huge as the Tunisians are, waiting for you at the base of the rack. I think the Ugandan ball carrier decided to take care of himself first before getting there.
As Elijah stated, there is a scenario where someone was more careful than more precise with their collection of the ball. Elijah, not forgetting that with this fixture we have Ugandans who comparison with the first fixture where you're trying to baptize Omar into Ouma. For Uganda, we have names that are very similar to what names that we have here. I'm looking at the likes of Okello. I'm looking at the likes of Mwadegu. There's so many people that will just pass for Kenyan. It's just that maybe someone will speak and someone will say, are you really Kenyan or are you really Ugandan if you tried to cross the border? But if you're able to maintain, we even share languages with them. We share the lake and we even share the Migingo Island, albeit for the water and the fish content. Elijah, going into the remaining 30 minutes of this first half, Tunisia have been remaining composed. They've kicked out for touch. They're trying to run away from kick away from trouble, but Uganda is right there with them. How do they proceed to just try and get some scores? How do Tunisia maintain on the scoreline?
Uganda clearly in the right place. That's their first agenda. They need to remain in this place. They have a good kicker in Daniel Okello. He should be able to slot in any infringements by Tunisia. And that's, what they have been able to do in other games. But losing their own lineouts like that, not going to help their cause. And the ball has been turned over to Tunisia, who look now to ensure that they exit from this area. Ball kicked back to Mohamed Riahi, who ensures that it goes out. Not much yardage gained. However, it's a reprieve for them for now as they look to reset. Uganda with the line out, winning. These are like first rounds of the boxing match where everyone tests each other's strengths, looking for weaknesses. And clearly in these early days, lineouts Tunisia look to be stronger, turning over one lineout that belonged to Uganda.
And there's an infringement right there. There's an infringement. Talent Gandiwa looking at that line out and realizes that Uganda were not being fair against their opponent. It was a direct feed to the fellow player. Edward Emiemu did not play as per the rule book. He just fed the straight into his colleague, and it's been called for a scrum down with Tunisia holding on to the possession. Mohamed Ali Dlassi with the ball in his hand to ensure there's a very good feed into the scrum. His counterpart on the other side, Alvin Mwebaze, looking very keen and ensuring that once the ball is in, he's part of it to know how well to pursue. Elijah?
Yes, Tunisia scrum coming under pressure. Will it be a turn? Yes, it's a turnover. Very interesting. I wouldn't have thought that Tunisia will be turned over in a scrum, but goes to show you that the channeling of the ball to the eighth man to the back row is not as accurate as it should be. And Uganda getting an upper hand in the scrum battles, which will count for something, because as a forward going into a scrum and you're able to turn it over, that is a big win, and mentally it puts Tunisia in a place where they are thinking scrum downs are our strength and we are being turned over, what happens next? But it's a good position for Uganda to be in, and we look at the midfield, see how they can be able to use and utilize this ball so that they can be able to set a platform for them to attack. Ball well channeled, it has to get out quickly, otherwise they'll be under pressure. Ball goes out, it goes out to Emma carries it well and able to step back in, goes back and sets a rack courtesy of Edrin. Ball is out, quick rack, that is how it should be. And then the ball pops out, but however it goes back and set up for another rack. The Tunisian player is under threat of conceding a penalty there, but ball lost in the tackle, a huge hit coming in, and the ball lost. Tunisia recover it, try to exit. However, the kick doesn't go out, and we find the smallest of wingers in this tournament being able to protect the ball and avail it. Good forwards play there. Seeing Brian going in, Wandera with the ball, availing it quickly for the scrum half. Another strong carry by Joel. Looking out is Alvin, spreads it out, nice step, by Yasin. Yasin goes in. The ball now running out of numbers outside is Uganda. However, they had an advantage. And center referee talent, Gandiwa from Zimbabwe, takes them back for a penalty just outside the 22. It's a decision time for Uganda. What will they opt for? Seeing that the lineouts have been weak. They have lost 3 lineouts so far. Is that an option they want to take again and try and see if they can go for it? No. Clearly noticing that they are weak in the lineouts, opting to go for the points. For a kicker, for a right-footed kicker, this will be a very hard kick. Just trying to curve it right back to the posts. It will be a very tricky one. But Daniel Okello is a left-footed kicker. This is a perfect one for him, a good chance for him to nail some points and put Uganda on the board. Ball goes high, but definitely wide and drifts into the in-goal area, and that is lost. That attempt is lost. It was indeed further out, nearer to the touchline, so it was always going to be difficult. And now Tunisia look to build up and exit. They have really been pinned down in their half, and if they can be able to punt this one all the way down to Uganda's 22 and immediately translate that into pressure, that will be good for them. Whichever way they have to exit from their 22, they have been here for around 10 minutes. Good ball raised just into Uganda's half, but they're able to reset and counter. That is Okello looking to go for territory, goes for an up and under. That ball is high up in the air, properly recovered by Adem, and then a good sidestep, but loses the ball, and now the ball is out loose. Uganda have countered. They are able to get this ball out wide. No, they have knocked it on. Daniel Okello lost it in the contact. Ball goes to Tunisia. What an opportunity lost. What an opportunity lost by Daniel. It was a good steal of the ball when they were defending, but still Tunisia, for all they have tried, they are still pinned in their 22. They really have to look to exit from here. Willie Wex.
As we take into all this possession that Uganda is having within the red zone, this would have been a smart one if Okello just went into contact, went into the ground and turned and availed the ball for his supporting cast, because he tried to maintain that ball and he lost it in that contact. That opportunity may be lost. I'm not sure whether Uganda are able to push this scrum one more time as they did the previous one. Tunisia are smarter this time around, and they're trying to get out of danger. Was that kick good? Not yet. Still within the 22, and Uganda here they are trying to push. Not a smart play where you're just throwing the ball. Very unfortunate by Brian Wandera. Very unfortunate. You'd rather go into contact and maintain possession of that ball.
Out.
Very good kick right there by Tunisia to get out of danger, and you can see the sigh of relief from the player as he's realized that we've been camping inside our own 22 for quite a minute, and they've been able to get the pressure off. It's a line-out possession for Uganda, but are they able to secure it? Looking at Edward Imiemu trying to get the ball to Brian Wandera, or am I guessing too much? But I'm guessing he'll try and get the ball to Wandera. He's at the halfway line.
Let's go.
Someone will have to go up, otherwise it will be called against them.
Fine.
And ladies and gentlemen, Uganda are losing all their possessions as they're going by Rem Benticha. Very good knock, a very good knock right there, and very good carry and knock by Mohamed Kardani. And the ball is now, whoa, blunder. I can guarantee you there, Elijah, Talent Gandiwa is going for his pocket. Someone is going off.
Yes, there was a clear overlap, 2 players. He's really risking it, but assistant referee Moses Ndungu believes that there was enough cover behind the first line of defense. So Uganda lucky to have all their players in the field.
Oh, that's quite something. I'm surprised that the call didn't go against her. I'm looking at Moses Ndungu indicating on where the lineout will come from. I'm guessing he's at the 22. Uganda very lucky to still be 15 players in this fixture. Very lucky, very lucky. We have Beirem Benticha, who's on the line of duties. And he gets a very successful line out to his teammates. And there's a good Uganda, as per the tradition. They're holding the player up. And they change the possession.
Now,
Uganda very smart
down,
in this one.
Held, okay?
Elijah, we were able to see them do the same when they played against Kenya. We remember they did the same thing when they played in their second fixture against Uganda went against who in their second fixture against Ivory Coast.
Watch.
So
it's happening underneath.
You have when you're looking at the opponent going into a fixture against them. For Uganda, you should be very wary that they'll do this over and over again. So how fast someone gets support, how fast you offload the ball, especially in their territory or within their territory, you should be very smart going into any contact against them.
Water break.
Talent Gandiwa calling for a water break. Talent Gandiwa calling for water break. Elijah, during this break, what do you think should be the adjustments that will be coming from the technical bench to the players of both sides?
Tunisia, I like the way they are very precise. They know what they are doing. Their game plan is quite clear. They are playing in the close quarters, trying to draw in as much of the Ugandan defenders as possible. And they are quite strong in their carries. This, of course, works for them because they are slightly of bigger frames than Uganda in their body. And therefore, they are able to go into contact and work on offloading without really hitting deck. However, Uganda have shown through this tournament that they are masters at holding up attackers, and that's why that ball has been turned over when Uganda seem to be under a lot of pressure on their 5-yard. It's something that they will do the whole game, so Tunisia has to take cognizance of that tactic by Uganda and try to mix it up a bit, try to hit deck faster, and try to recycle it faster. Of course, that means that fitness will come into play. We don't know what that will come to. We'll see it as the game goes on, because going down faster in the racks means that you have fitter players running off the scrum half, and that is something probably Tunisia don't want to be trying right now. Uganda so far looking good. Whatever they are doing is working for them. This being, I think, the second visit by Tunisia in Uganda's 22 shows that Uganda have taken charge of the territory battle, and also being able to turn it over. They're in good stead.
And we are back into the fixture. The referee waves for clearance of the water break, and we have the one and only Alvin Mwebaze. Alvin Mwebaze with the line out, with the scrum down duties. The ball is in. They're trying to hold on to it. The ball comes out through the stream, entry point, and Talent Gandiwa, the center referee from Zimbabwe, calls for a reset of the scrum down. They'll have to reset and see how well to go into this. If you're just joining us, so 20 minutes played this fixture. This is match day 3, second fixture of the day, pitting Tunisia versus Uganda. This is a fixture to enable us in the placement of the teams for the 5th and 6th placement. We've started off the day with the first fixture, which pitted Cote d'Ivoire against Zambia, where Zambia emerged 19-8 victors. 22-8 victors against Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire finishing 8th and Zambia finishing 7th. So we're back into this one, and Uganda, the referee calls, Talent Gandiwa realizes he's called for first time off.
Captain number 2, come. Everyone fall back. Number 2.
Captains have been called. Captains have been called at the center. At the front rows, there's an issue with the front rows.
Everyone go away. Come, Captain.
Elijah, while you're playing this beautiful game of rugby, what were your biggest fears, especially if you're put to play in the park?
I can see you two losing your bind.
Yeah, front rows really. First line of attack and defense in any team. And it's where a lot of naughty stuff happens. People trying to angle in, shove from the side. angle shoving,
Any one of
pinching,
you who
gouging,
does
and
it,
all that
okay, I might have to
that
take
happens.
action. Are we
However,
happy
in
with
this
this?
modern
We're gonna play
rugby,
clean
there are a lot
rugby.
of
We're gonna
cameras
scrum
nowadays.
perfect. Are we good?
Such
Both of
things
you? Are we good?
no longer
Are we good,
tolerated.
sir?
They can be
Are we good,
spotted
sir? Now let's
by
scrum.
the TMO, and
Not
things
talking.
can turn round against you. But in this case, talent knew and saw what happened.
Let's
And
go, scrum.
that has been
Scrumming.
a lecture to the two hookers
Same
to
ball.
behave well when it comes to the scrum downs.
It was a penalty for Uganda. They're deep inside the 22, but I'm surprised they've called for a scrum. Elijah, that feels not wise. You should have kicked for touch. Even if you're not very good with your line out, at least you'll have possession of, move the ball further away from your try box. Your red zone will be secured, but they're able to do a good 8-man pick. Very good handoff, going into a very good, that's Jeremy, very good collection of the ball. And now they're able to kick out of danger, but still within play. And it's collected by the one and only Adel Bahri. Doing a good cut into territory, but holding on to the ball by Adel Bahri, and it's called against them. It's a Uganda possession. This has been a seesaw of events with movement of the ball from one direction to the other. That must be Daniel Okello holding onto the ball, kicking for touch, trying to kick out of danger, slightly out of their halfway line. Daniel Okello, very instrumental player for this Uganda side.
White.
Elijah,
Move.
what do Uganda require
Move.
to do,
Don't worry about
especially
them.
with their lineouts,
Look at
considering
him.
they've not
Look at
been
him.
able
Don't
to
worry about them.
hold on to them, and
Look at
especially
him. Go to
when
the mark.
Tunisia also raised their player high and Uganda tried to go over the players, it becomes
Move back,
a
move
miss
back, move back.
of that line out, and it goes straight to the opponent.
Yeah, Uganda being given the same dose of their
Fine.
medicine. That's what they did to Kenya and Ivory Coast in their matches, lifting the second man up and putting him up in such a way that the hooker is not able to throw over. However, they have gotten it, recovered it, albeit so loose, and they have tried to play it out, but then handling error came into play. Talent had seen an offside, and rightly so has taken back the play to the mark where the offender was. Okello and his team choose and elect to go for 3 points. They are still not yet having any points on the board. This will be a good opportunity. Both kicks that he's taken previously were to the sides, really around the 15-meter line, but this is dead center. I don't think he has a problem with the distance. I don't think he has a problem with the height. Direction was the issue in the two previous attempts. This one needs a lot of energy, a lot of power, and ensure that the direction is right. As he approaches the ball, raises it high enough, and it's successful. Ladies and gentlemen, Uganda on board. They have 3 points courtesy of the top point scorer in the tournament, Daniel Okello.
That's very good, especially it raises the confidence of the team. It raises the confidence of Daniel Okello, as you can have a repeat of it. Here's Daniel Okello with a very good poise and very good power into the back of that ball, and it goes straight through the uprights for the scores to be Tunisia 7, Uganda 3.
Tunisia 7.
Mohamed Riahi with a good kickoff for the start. Good conversations will be held back there for the Ugandans. They go release the player, has gone into contact. And Uganda may need to. Don't roll too much, be very careful. Talent Gandiro is a very spot-on referee. Very good kick there by Daniel Okello, getting them out of danger with roughly 14 minutes to play into this fixture. Elijah, I'm expecting more points on the board as we look at the technical bench for Tunisia. I'm expecting more points on the board. I do not expect it to end as 7-3 into the end of the first half, as the line-out duties remain with the Beirem Benticha, and Uganda are able to take a steal off that line-out. That's very good. He goes into contact, and the player is shaky getting up. That was Osama Baya for Tunisia. Very good step, very good step, very good step. That must be Okello. Uganda now with their tails up. Jeremy pushing. They're right outside the halfway mark. Ball is sent outwards by Mwebaze, and they maintain possession. Still, and I've seen Joel right there ensuring that Conte ensuring that they keep into it. Not a very smart attack right there, because you can see the centers waiting for you and you go straight into contact. You know the result is very clear as light and day that you won't go far. Very good run by the winger. Very good run by the winger, Joseph. And he's able to get onto the ground. The opponent has not released the player. The referee was to call against that.
That's fine.
Uganda may need to reset on how well they attack, because these guys go low immediately, you start running. So how well, if I'm them, Elijah, I would go over.
Yeah, they should now spread out the ball wide. Clearly a good step by Okello. Lost his footing, but he's up. They should secure that ball. Right out, referee calls it for a high tackle. Good move, good step by Daniel Okello, coming into the playmaker's position quite more often, giving a reprieve and changing over with Yasin. And he's been able to attack right in the center of the defense. Looking at the replay, look at that step coming, yes. Caught them over chasing to the outside, because at that point there were quite a few numbers outside for Uganda. Definitely they will go for points here, yes. They have a sure foot in Daniel Okello and try and reduce the gap to just one. And this is Uganda's play. And this is the reward you get for playing in the right territories. Because when you have a kicker like Okello, you don't need to do much. Ensure you play in your opponent's half and bang over every penalty that you're able to. Tunisia under the ropes here for the last few minutes and better part of this half. The kick is wide, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of a shocker there. Scores remain 3-7 to Tunisia.
Right when I thought that Daniel Okello had gotten his confidence back, and as we have a time off because there's a health situation, there's safety that is required. There's a player who's down on the ground, and Talent Gandiwa calls for timeout. So let's just ensure that the player is well taken care of. Safety comes first in this beautiful game of rugby. Elijah, with just a few minutes to play in this, less than 13 minutes to play in this remaining half of the match day 2, what do you expect going into the last few minutes of this?
For Tunisia, I think they are more worried and concerned that they are not getting any attacking balls and playing in their half.
Get them behind you.
They should be able to do proper exits. In the last attempts at exit, those balls have not been going out, and therefore that kick by Mohamed Riahi finds touch, and that's a good return for them. However, it's a quick throw, and game is on outside the 22 of Uganda. Okello with the ball, swings it out wide. Good hands, good continuity there. Ref calls it for a forward pass. And that's what Tunisia need to do. Ensure that their kicks into touch are actually into touch, to give them some breathing space and be able to set up attacks and even defend outside of their half.
Mwebaze is on the ground. I'm not sure what had happened. As you can see, Coach Lumu right there, not happy with the proceedings, considering his team are trailing Tunisia by 7 points to 3. Just a repeat is to see what had happened to. I think there was contact into the midsection, right there from the shoulder of the opponent across Mwebaze. The scrum down for that forward pass that was executed by Uganda. They also have just gone into contact and maintained the possession, trying to do an offload, because even where they it wasn't necessary to go into that contact. So we go into a scrum. It's a Tunisia ball. Daniel Talent Gandiwa ensuring that everything is set, and he calls for a reset of it. Ali Glassy, you can see him with the ball. I'm sure his counterpart, Mohamed Riahi, is waiting for the ball to just come out of the scrum. Either it comes out with Baudin Abid, and it goes straight out. Very good flow. That's Riahi outloading the ball to Abel Adel Bahri, who is not able to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, knock on. Yeah.
With approximately 9 minutes to play, now the ball goes to the hands of Alvin Mwebaze, who was injured a few minutes ago, but I'm guessing he's shaking it off. Elijah, less than 9 minutes to play. Going into this scrum, what does Uganda require to do to gain ground, to get and pump points on the board, considering I think Okello's attempt, how many attempts has Okello put in? I'm guessing like 4, 5, and he's only been successful with 1. So it's not been looking good, because had he converted even 2 or 3, the score, 2 or 3 more, the score would have been a different thing right now. Elijah, take us through this scrum.
Yes, scrum has so far been steady for both teams, in the sense that not many scrum down lost. I think Tunisia lost only 1. And that is a good exit by Yassine Waswa, straight into the hands of Tunisians wing. They're able to attack from there. Good chase, and Mohamed was caught up there. They're not able to exit from their half. This is the story of the day for Tunisia, always getting caught in their backyard, and see that happens again as Adel tries to get out of there. Good carry, good evasive runs there, gives them some space to work with, and then the ball goes back to Mohamed Riahi, who launches it into the air. Received by Joseph and gives it to Okello. They're looking to attack from there. Uganda enjoying a lot of possession about this time of the game, and therefore they have more options. They are able to weigh their options well. Looking at Alvin there, checking out what to do, gives it to the forwards. That actually is Hashim, who's carried it well. And now there's some confusion there on what to do. They elect to go back to Okello, who launches it deep into Tunisia's half, received there by Behadin, and gives it out to Adel, who is a good runner, but there is at risk of isolating himself, and the ball, yes, has been turned over. The question is, what does the referee call?
He actually calls on to holding onto the ball while on the ground by, is it Riahi? Mohamed Riahi, who's been very instrumental, Adel, for the Tunisia side. Not fortunate for them.
Shot.
Distance looks further down, but I wouldn't put it past Daniel Okello to put an attempt, because that's slightly 52 meters wide. Elijah, if I'm not wrong, by my calculations, looks like 52 meters. How well is he able to push the ball all the way to the uprights? And looking on that receiving side, we have Stefan Rakotori-Niraini and Moses Ndungu to confirm whether it goes over and through the uprights. Daniel Okello, very great player for the Uganda under 20 team. I'm expecting to see more of him, Elijah, going into the years, especially the rivalry with Kenya, with the Elvon Gap fixtures, and also Uganda being an invitational team going into the Sevens series. Not successful for Okello one more time. That is a 6th attempt, and he's at 1 of 6. Not a good statistics, but it is what it is. It's a game. There's a days where you're very good at it, and then there are days where it's not going your direction. Uganda, we have Edward Emiemu with the line out task. Elijah, will you take us through this line out going into this last 5 minutes of this fixture?
Lineouts for Uganda still, they're now successful. They have recovered. Actually, they have won the last 3 of their lineouts, which is a good thing, because you need that platform to build your attack, which is what we've seen. They have moved all the way into the 10 of Tunisia and playing out in the wide channels. Very good run, very good carry, and then the ball is availed properly. It's been presented, but the 2 runners are unable to decide who is taking the ball, and that will be turned over if they're not careful enough. This is a pressure ball. It's no longer a good attacking ball, but Yasin makes good use of it, and they should be able to be patient now and build it again. And that is a carry by Jeremy, gives it off into the center pitch, and then they should be able to now. If I will be them, I will play it close for a few minutes. But the numbers are out, and that's a good carry. That's a good carry by Brian Wandera. He goes right through, and that should be turned over, holding on, because yes, Adel Bahri was all over him. He had isolated himself. The supporters were not quick to catch up with Brian and support him. And you guys are really losing a lot of points on board, a lot of attacking opportunities when they get into the red zone. They should be further ahead. They should have closed the gap with Tunisia on the scoreboard. But look at him there. Good carry, really strong carry, going through two defenders, but support play in that track coming in too late.
With 4 minutes to play, that's Mohamed Riahi kicking for touch. Uganda had the opportunity to go over the whitewash, or even just to hold on to that ball, but he went without support, and this one caused some limitation for him. We have it's a Tunisia ball still inside the half at the
Guys,
10.
Hold on, time off. Okay, hold on.
With Bayrem Benticha, who's doing the
to get off a meter from the mark.
line-out duties.
There. Okay, get everyone there. Happy?
Bayrem Benticha doing the line-out duties for Tunisia. Trying to get the ball. Uganda have been good in changing, but this one was successful for Tunisia, who were able to get the ball to Mohamed and kick. And there's an infringement right there by Uganda.
Short.
I think there's a player.
Pause.
There was a player who was off.
Thanks, boys. Well done.
And with that being called, I'm guessing
but
Tunisia are calling for points. They'll be looking to go for points. Tunisia opting to go for points. We have Ilyes Ayari, who's been very instrumental from the boot, even in the other fixtures coming into this match day 3, match number 2.
Okay.
Next fixture will be pitting the host country Kenya, taking on Namibia. It's a repeat of last year's final, but this time round it's going for a 3rd and 4th placement. Then the main feature for today will be the final, Namibia versus Zimbabwe. Ilyes with a very heavy kick, but he does not get to touch. He does not get the points that he needed, and Daniel Okello is able to go all the way.
Step on the field there. No, hold on. It's not my call. You get step on the field.
Less than 2 minutes to play. We're looking at a scenario.
No, you said you'd step on the field. You're one man. Line up.
It's a halftime break. Ladies and gentlemen. With that infringement, it's a halftime break. Scores, I had anticipated that there'll be more scores, but contrary to that, Elijah, scores remained 7-3. And we've come to the end of the first half. With the scores, Tunisia leading 7 points, Uganda 3. See you at the other half.
Capi!
half. Tunisia.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Nikuje. Nikuje. Are you ready? Are you ready? Nikuje. Nikuje. Are you ready? Are you ready? Nikuje. Nikuje. Are you ready? Are you ready? Nikuje. Nikuje.
DJ Dan Dana.
Tuna sonde koteja kuna soke. Si tu charge kwanza nishalipa token. Charge smartphone sina pin dogo. Kuna mangoko na hapa mimi ndio jogo. Niko na idea, chungo utaingia. Si rahisi uliza hadi Nadia. Mapunyeto saka unadhiki. Na mange uso wako ni mashabiki.
Ikikataa there is no regretting. Tuna switch back to factory setting. Na mimi ndio taa kwa hizi factory zenyu. Na wakakasta so mashoris wenyu. Wamenifuata mtaa, wanasoma menu. Wamenipata njana dishi chakula zenyu. Leo nitaisondeka na hapa ndio venue. Chapati kalia mimi nikicheza na ndengu. Onyesha hiyo mbegu. Mimi si kitabu, siwezi someka. Sipigi kavu, siwezi chomeka. Bado naisondeka mpaka che. Naipiga na naipiga mpaka ilie kama fair. Pack up the place kama mende kwa giza. Bless all of y'all iko na mkono miujiza. Nice pretty face with a body ya figure. Leo nkisondeka kama mpira la liga.
Tunasafisha mitambo, tukizipeleka worldwide. Boy, yeah, we pray for your long life. Fix it tonight. Wasanii mpaka lini ukaliwa chini awa.
DJ Don Donna, playing tomorrow's hits today. Download my mixes. Download the mixes at www.hearthis.at.
All my days, I'm tryna give it to you, come my way. You know I'm a bad girl, I show you my ways.
Mr. Skills on a mission, they didn't see on television.
Yeah, she. The way you touch me, nobody touch it though. The thing that you give me, nobody have it though. Wengine wanajiuliza why you love me so. Baggy, let's go to Ibiza, what you waiting for? Now your love so special, baby, you the top of my money. Nitakupenda leo kesho, baby, favorite of my mommy. Now your love so special, baby, you the top of my money. Nitakupenda leo kesho, baby, favorite of my mommy.
Yo, oh yeah, I'm my baby, me, I'm me. I'm a showman. DJ Dan Dana, DJ Dan Dana, Dan Dana, Dan Dana.
I know I can be what I wanna be if I work. If I work hard at it, if I work hard at it, I'll be well. I know I can be what I wanna be. If I work hard at it, I'll be where I wanna be. I know I can be what I wanna be. Be what I wanna be. If I work hard at it, if I work hard at it, I'll be where I wanna be. 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 I'll be where I wanna be.
Now, hear this.
You guys, this one a good one, 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 and this one, a good one. You guys, Punets, Kolo, Monsieur, I'll see you back in the days. Let's go, 1, 2, turn the cast.
Mini mugenge na pitaga na zile ziko maji zimebleki na kata maji kifika mabis nimebleki niko fiti nimekula makuki na makeki. Oh yes baby nimesete
napendaga zile zimesete jicho nyanya. Oh yeah wale wamesete zimesunga tu kwa kibete. Simama wacha kukatika kwenye kete
wacha kujisunga tu kwa kete. Tunajua genge ilishanivisha pete. Mimi napiga miti weni mate. Mimi napiga miti weni pate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second half of this fixture pitting Tunisia against Uganda. The scores as it stands is Tunisia have the lead of 7 points against Uganda's converted 3 points. So we're looking for a scenario where both teams into the second half will be looking at asserting their presence and trying to go for the win. This fixture enables us to know who comes out 6th and who comes out 5th from this Barthes Under 2022 tournament being held in the capital of Kenya, Nairobi, at the historic Nyayo National Stadium. And the kickoff will be coming from Uganda towards the Tunisia side.
Tunisia, 7-3.
This one will be taken by Yasin Waswa. But we have to wait for Talent Gandiwa to confirm. And here we go. And it's a kickoff for the second half. As it stands, Tunisia are 5th and Uganda 6th. Elijah hoping that this score can change for both teams in terms of people putting in more points. We expect some firepower from all sides. Elijah, just start off the second half. What do we expect from your analysis? Who do you think has going to be coming back with the greater adjustment to win this game?
I will put it to Uganda. This is a case of Uganda leading on all measures on the statistics, except the one that matters most, which is the scoreline. They have had the territory, they have had the possession, they have steadied their lineouts. In the first minutes they had a problem with that, but now they are able to actually do better at their lineouts. So they're enjoying territory, possession, their set pieces are looking good and steady. They have everything they require to score points. And coming from that lineout, we saw the attack in the center field, carried well, but the Tunisian defender just went straight down, and that has resulted in a penalty. If you're going to
Yes,
look
sir.
at
Yes, sir.
Okello, his kicking in the first half has cost him his position in the kicking, which the duties now have been taken by Yasin. I think Okello has had an off day. He has made several attempts and only gotten one. I think it's a good decision to try and see what Yasin can do, because this is a knockout. It's a one-off game, and what matters is the scoreboard. You cannot have all the territory and the possession and not be able to convert it to points. Yasin takes his time. He's done his calculations, and he looks down upon the ball and up to the posts.
He should be very careful on the amount of time he keeps before kicking. It's unsuccessful as it does not make the distance.
Hold on, 6, hold.
And Tunisia here kicking for touch, but Uganda have been able to collect. And here we go again. Very good side, very good step. Daniel Okello being very... And he's lost that ball. He's lost that
just a
ball
knock on.
in contact.
He had drive to that
tried
ball.
to release the ball and then
back.
pick it up again, but in the process he
think the
knocked it
radio
forward.
ran out of power. We
Daniel
need to change
Okello,
it
as
with Linus
my
on
co-commentator
the water.
here, Elijah has insinuated he's having an off day, which is very clear. He's had so many attempts from the boot, even on his possession. He's been good, but not at his best. We know his prowess, we know what he's capable of doing, so quite unfortunate for him. But as we proceed with this one, Elijah, going into a scrum down, we're having a scenario where Ali Jalasi and his counterpart Alvin Mobaze, but Alvin has also, I think Mobaze has been, Michael Kalyango is the one who's taken over the scrum duties for Uganda. The ball goes all the way around and good offload by Tunisia. I'm guessing that player will be pulled all the way to touch. But nope, Uganda trying to clear that track, but it's been well set. Tunisia resetting themselves well. Good flow of the ball. That's Waswa. No, that is Ampire. A very good tackle, a very good up and under, simple to the point. Uganda.
It's fine, just a knock on.
And I'm not sure that player will be in trouble because didn't knock it down, but it knocked it to the other player's possession. Uganda with a very good carry. Emmanuel there with a very good carry. Emmanuel Kiaga. Very good going into contact by Uganda. And here we go again. Brian Ondera going again into contact. They ought to reset on how they go into contact, especially when you see that the Tunisians are immediately going to ground even before you reach there. How well do you secure? I'm guessing you can just jump over. Don't waste much of an attempt. And Uganda, there's been an infringement of which Talent Gandiwa from Zimbabwe brings it back to the mark. Elijah, taking us to the first 5 minutes. What have you seen? Who needs to do some changes, and what do we expect going forward?
A bit of start-stop by Uganda. I think after like 3-4 phases, they ran out of numbers. Should have been a good opportunity to just chip over or grab us so that they can keep the defense honest and vary their attacking options. But still a good outcome because of that number of phases they played. They have been able to get themselves a penalty for one of the infringements, which actually I think was a tackle without a ball. So Daniel Okello now resumes his duty after a very failed attempt by Yasin in the previous penalty. And the ball still wide, looks wide. Yes, it is. I think Uganda will have to really look for other means. But I can't blame them. They have really tried. The new scrum half cutting right through the defense of Tunisia and getting into their 10 yards. However, the ball was lost, countered by Tunisia, and they knocked it on. That was a good play. I think we can see why Michael Chalango was brought into the game. He is offering more attacking options in the open play, something that we did not see Alvin doing in open play. He basically played the prototype number 9, passing the ball off the base, but Michael has come in and he has tried to run with the ball a bit, create doubt in the defenders' minds for Tunisia, and now they are in a good space where they can be able to launch an attack. I haven't seen much of their centers, honestly, being brought into the game, and this is an opportunity to see what can be done. Tunisia going round, just shoving straight round and angling in at the scrum down, causing an infringement. If they choose and elect to kick, it's a more kickable, it's a shorter penalty. I can't blame them in the statistics kickable penalties because they have been doing long range penalties. Will you X?
Very true. Elijah, as you've stated, Uganda have been attempting a very far kicks. And
thanks for that, Moz.
Sorry for that. As Talent Gandiwa is pointing to Daniel Okello on where to make the placement of the ball. It's been a very great fixture for them to try and reset. They have more than 25 minutes, more than 30 minutes to play. How well do they have a reset? Daniel Okello, very simple chip. Flags go up, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, Elijah. It's been, Coach Lumu is not even amused by that, considering this guy has had so many misplaced kicks. But as it stands, ladies and gentlemen, Tunisia are only leading this game by 1 point. Daniel Okello being able to convert as the scores stand. It's Tunisia 7 and Uganda 6. Daniel Okello resetting his foot after a couple of failed attempts. Now ball back to Mohamed Riahi, who was the only try in this fixture. Starts off the kickoff after that score against them. And number 6 there, right there, Kevin Ampire with a very good Uganda under so much pressure right there from Tunisia. I'm guessing that it was being led right there by Adel Bahri. They really pushed them back and they tried to hold on to the possession, but while at that there was a mishandle of the ball. And it's a scrum against Uganda. Tunisia with an opportunity to revert back on the score that was put in by Uganda. Elijah, you had stated on how well Michael Kalyango has been a very good input into this second half after the substitution of Alvin Mwebaze. Alvin Mwebaze, I'll not put it against him and say that he was not good, but I'll say today he's not been good. The last 2 attempts. Oh, whoa. And ladies and gentlemen, Uganda immediately after scoring, Mohamed Ali Jalasi punishes them from the scrum down, considering he's not even the 8th man, but as a scrum, this was a very well set, and the ball collected right there by Baya, who offloads it to Mohamed Ali Jalasi, who goes all the way close to the uprights, and it's a very easy score for them. As it stands, it's Tunisia 12, Uganda 6, with a conversion to come.
Will you X Baya in this attacking scrum down, you can see clearly, I don't know whether it is a tactic that they have employed, but he being the biggest man, he's actually a lock, started at the lock position, but he moved to the 8th man, being the biggest of the pack, and he was able to carry. It was not because of lack of numbers that Uganda lost, but it's because of how he was able to carry it. With Ayari trying for the 2 points, and he nails it, moving Tunisia further ahead to 14 points against Uganda 6. Yeah, as I was saying, that was a clear premeditated move, and they knew what they were doing. Baya being quite big, he ran through the two backs. Look at that. That is the flanker, and also the 8th man for Uganda missing the tackle, releasing Jalasi to be able to get an offload and score right at the center of the post. Good going by Tunisia, showing their tactical acumen.
That's very good analysis right there, Elijah. Thank you very much. As we proceed with less than 28 minutes to play in this fixture, we're looking at scenarios on how well we can have, as I stated, it won't end on a 7-3, and as you can see, it's already 14-6 going into this second half. We are looking at a scenario where Uganda need to do a reset. They were close. They were just 1 point behind. They were really just 1 point behind. The ball right now, the assignment is on Edward Emiemu, who has to input, who has to bring in the ball through the line out. And here is Uganda go. And it's well collected right there. It's well collected right there. Very good offload. Very good position. Very good line break. He goes in. And Michael Kalyango with a very good offload. Don't go into contact. Don't go into the centers if they're well reset. Don't. It's to your disadvantage. Very good flow of the ball by Uganda. And whoa! Very good step. Very good step as he's setting. He's lost. He's lost the ball. Emma Ochan went into contact, and with no support at all, he loses that possession. Not the best that they were expecting at this moment. As it stands, ladies and gentlemen, the ball is a Tunisia possession right outside their 22, and they'll elect to kick for touch. Talent Gandiwa, the center referee, showing Mohamed Riahi on where to place the ball. It's a very unique day in this fixture, as you have the fly half and the scrum half as the ones who have the true tries of this fixture. Elijah.
Yes, Willie X. Looking at Uganda, they have been able to enjoy most of the territory and possession. However, you can actually see that Tunisia are silently confident that they will score whenever they need to. And that becomes a problem for Uganda mentally, because then they have to know how they can open up defenses. They have the numbers out. That's a strong carry by Charles. The ball goes out to Yasin, who actually, there is an attempted pass, but a lot of handling errors. I think the pressure getting to Uganda, and they need to know how to handle it. Yes, as I was saying, Hashim and Emma, not into the game much, these Uganda centers. And I don't know whether they need to relook at what they have at the bench, but the platform hasn't been there for them, you would think. That's why the errors creep onto Uganda's back line. However, Uganda will need to look at what other options can they have. If you look at the previous games they played, specifically against Ivory Coast, they won it 26-19, but 21 of those points were kicked penalties. Goes to show you that they're lacking in the conversion of opportunities into tries. And in this game, as the gap opens up, they will need to score tries, which is going to be a tall order for them, because the 3 points would add up to much at the end of the day. Attacking from deep in their own half is Tunisia. Good offloading, good use of space, good use of the width, and the ball is out there, turned over again. And also Yasin takes off now. I wish he had offloaded that ball, because now it's turned over again. The game is really tip-so-turvy, going both ways. It's a seesaw game, changing possession at every contact zone. Down there into the rack, steady ball, goes out wide. Their numbers out wide. If they can play it through the hands, good carry, good strong carry, good contest there by Malek. And he's been able to present the ball well, that can be utilized even by their backs.
Very, and some football tactics just being employed right there. Uganda trying to get out of the danger. Ball is ripped off, but he was holding, he did not release the player. And Michael Kalyango takes a very good, he does a very good step. It's just that the disadvantage with 15s, you cannot step from one end to the other. But with 7s, you would have already been seeing the whitewash right now. Very good line break by Uganda. Joshua going up. Uganda, how do you lose just possession as if you are not interested in maintaining it? A bid with a very good ball carry. and Uganda are having a tough time. And Ben Rehab has lost the ball forward. Not what he was expecting. Mohamed Salah Ben Rieb was not expecting or anticipating a tackle from behind, and to lose that ball, he would have gone into the ground with the holding of that ball and just made it accessible to his supporting runners who are not far off. Very good tackle right there. Smart move, smart defense by Uganda. Elijah, we have 56 minutes on the clock played. Is less than 24 minutes to end this half. From your statistics scenario, what are you looking at? Who has better offloads? Who has more handling errors? Who has more possession into the opponent's 22 in this this second half of this fixture?
Little bit, not much difference between both teams when it comes to handling errors, spread out quite equally. I guess it's also because of the attempts that are being made to keep the ball running. However, Tunisia playing in the right areas, they are looking to keep Uganda here, which is a good thing, because Uganda now will be tempted to run with every ball so that they don't concede possession. But a strong carry there, strong carry right out of their 5-yard into still in their 22, and Emmanuel comes in and they're able to use the width outside. They have got quite some pace outside here. If they will be able to chase that down, they should have more pace. However, they tumble against one another, and the Tunisians kick the ball into their own try line. Yes, you can see he's being asked what option was that. Looking at the referee talent, stopping that to recheck what happened in that chase.
I'm also curious to see what happened in that chase. Was it an infringement by Ahmed Salmi? So here we go. The kick is good.
Do not run in his channel. You change and bump.
There's a push. There's a slight nudge right there by Ilyes Ayari. There's a slight nudge by Ilyes Ayari. I'm expecting a penalty against that. Ilyes Ayari infringes onto it.
Okay. Just say number 15. Just say captain. Just a change of lanes and bumping into him. You should run straight and you shouldn't change the lane. Okay? It's just a penalty on the 5. Okay? Nothing else.
And the penalty will be taken closer to the try line. If I'm not wrong, it'll be taken at the 5. Yes.
Yes, where the ball landed. I mean, that's the call nowadays, where the ball actually eventually was stopped or played by the defenders, and that was just at the 5-meter line. Substitutions coming in, players checking in fast and furious. Will get the numbers right and be able to share with you. We see the back row coming in. These are very fast, looking to turn over any contest balls. Electing for a fast tap, but he's being held up. The referee asked them to release the player because it was a tackle that was completed, and they should look to pick and go right here, apply pressure right at the line, because Tunisia are not able to cover if they keep driving low. Still being patient, looking at the line, just staring at them there. And the ref calls for another penalty right at the 5-meter line. What options do they take? They need to be patient. They need to be patient, Uganda, because one try will put them right into the mix. They need to take their options quite carefully here. Again, not rolling away from the Tunisians. They need to be careful. Still attacking at the base of the rack. Good defense, throwing their bodies at the line. That's Tunisia. Still the ball is there for the taking. Good carry, good strong carry, but it's rebuffed again. They need to be able to be patient, keep going at it. At best they'll get another penalty and another one. Good carry again. Really Tunisia under the ropes here, really hanging on for dear life, because Uganda have identified that this is the shortest route. That ball seems short and lost. That ball was short and lost. It was knocked on. I don't know if the ref picked it, but the game is still being played and is being held up. In the ensuing maul, they have been able to get the ball again and present it well. there should be an overlap outside. Tunisians have been properly engrossed in this rack. That ball seems to be grounded. It's a knock-on. The ref calls a knock-on and goes for a time-off. There were a lot of infringements there, Willie X.
Very true, Elijah. There's been a lot of infringements at the red zone. I'm not sure, even if there's a knock, I'm thinking the referee will still need to play advantage, because the reason he's called for so many infringements within that within the try line. But if it's unfortunate if Uganda lose out on this possession.
It's clean there. It's just a knock-on of black scrum downward ball. Nothing.
And they've lost possession. I believe as you were stating, as they were drawing closer and pushing more, that ball would have been offloaded to the wing as they had an offload. And the deficit of this would have been a different scenario.
Yes, Uganda running short there. Eventually they couldn't breach the try line to the try line. Lost the ball in contact after repeated collisions. They still have an opportunity because this is a defensive scrum down for Tunisia. If they're able to apply the right pressure, which they do, then it will be a different story. They should be able to ensure they don't exit. And there's a charge down, but it's gone to the dead end. Very good result for Uganda, very good pressure. And now I think they should be able to be given that scrum down. But we'll wait and see what the ref calls as substitutions continue coming through.
And it's a water break right now. It's a water break. Let the teams. Don't forget, we're in the green city under the sun, that is Nairobi. And let's not forget the temperatures are as high as 26 degrees with a wind speed of, was it 14 or 18 kilometers per hour? So teams required to refresh, given talent there at the center line. The humidity is at 60% and the wind speed is at 18 kilometers per hour. The temperature has not changed much from when we started this commentary. It's still at 26 degrees centigrade. How well do they close out on this game?
Uganda desperately needs to score a try, because that will apply pressure immediately to Tunisia. And they have options. They have a steady set piece. They just need the patience when they get into Tunisia's 22. And that will be able to help them convert those opportunities into points. It seems like the remaining time will be used well to decide what tactic to apply, because what they have tried so far has not borne fruit for Uganda.
They've tried. I'm guessing Coach Lumu has to pass some different tactics going into the last few minutes of this fixture on how well there is Lumu. Not a very happy person on the touchline or from the coach's booth. He's looking down on his players and he's wondering, is this what we had practiced for? But as you said, not all the players were in good shape. I'm looking at Alvin Mwebaze, who was not very good and replaced by Kaliango. Also looking at Daniel Okello's kick was not intact today. And had he put in a bit more into the kicks that he attempted, the scoreline would have been different. But as it stands, ladies and gentlemen, Tunisia looking to be placed 5th at this Under-20 Barthes Trophy tournament that is being held here in Nairobi, Kenya. Very good kick that was done by Tunisia, and it's collected by Nyayo Okello, who tries to chip the ball over the defender, but he does not. He's not able to execute that. Tunisia going into contact, rolling away. And Reb, and here we go again. Ball being taken all the way to the wingers, and he's been collected there.
Stop, fast.
We're safe, and we have a scenario here where we have one of the try scorers, Ali Jalasi, the very good offload. Not forgetting the number 9 and 10, the scrum and the flyer. I'll be the one with points. Whoa, very good step. Oh, fantastic! One more person to beat. Riahi Mohamed, and he's able to get. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been put to bed. It's been put to bed. It's been put to bed by Mohamed Belhaj Youssef. Mohamed Belhaj Youssef Mohamed Ben Alhaj Youssef has been able to put another try into this fixture to push the scores further away for Uganda to crawl back as it stands with a conversion to come. Uganda 6, Tunisia 19. What happened with that play?
Riahi, the first try was off the same run that he had, and he kept going at it until this is the outcome. What happened is that they got the big men running straight at Uganda's defense, and they didn't see Riahi, and that was the same mistake they made in the first half. You look at his frame; he's a small guy, and you wouldn't think he will take the risk of running through defenders, but that's what he does. And once he's into space, he has loads of space, loads of pace, which is able to use them. Ilyas Ayari looking to convert, to pile to Uganda's misery, to take the scores to 21. So far, he's been sure with his boot. Launches it and it drifts wide off the right post. So the scores remain 19-6, and Tunisia tightening the vice around Uganda's neck. I don't see how Uganda come back into this if they do not score tries, which has been a problem for them in this tournament. Looking to restart and kick us off is Yasin Waswa. As you look at the replay there of this deceptive runner, really playing around with the defense and setting his men free on the outside to score. What a fantastic piece of play. Kickoff taken, looking to exit. Tunisia looking to exit from their 22, doing it in an orderly manner as they secure that rack. And the ball, I mean, he has a lot of time to choose his kick, which shouldn't be the case. As Michael throws in a quick line out, Okello receives it, throws it out to Joseph, who takes on a run quite fast, but he's trailed down and cut down, and they're able to reset from there. Okello taking up the number 9 position, passing it out to Andera, strong carrier, goes into tackle, secures the rack. It should be a quick rack. Another short run by Kevin, sets up a rack that is out. Runs through the heart of defense for Tunisia, presents the ball well. Good number of faces being strung here by Uganda. However, that Tunisia player just goes straight to the ground, and the referee stops it for an earlier infringement.
Talent Gandiwa right on cue, able to spot for any infringements that are being reset here, and Uganda with an opportunity. Uganda with a penalty, with an opportunity to push or to try and reduce on the scoreboard difference that they have right now. As it stands, Uganda 6 and Tunisia 19. Ladies and gentlemen, after this fixture, we have the third fixture, which will be pitting the host country Kenya taking on Madagascar, which will be a repeat of last year's final, but only this time round it'll be a third and fourth placement match. We're looking at Daniel Okello going for points, trying to reduce the deficit. And I'm looking at the flags. Whoa, Daniel Okello has really had an off kicking day. Really off kicking day, as the flags never went up. So yes, your guess is as good as mine. The conversion was not successful. Then the main fixture for the Barthes and the 20 trophy tournament will be pitting Namibia versus Zimbabwe. Both these teams, Elijah, have been winners of this tournament in one day at one point or the other.
Yes, they are leading in terms of number 1 positioning for this tournament over the years. Barthes Cup starting in the year 2007. The most wins have been to Namibia, and also followed closely by Zimbabwe. And that should be an engrossing and a very interesting finals, one that everyone should tune in to watch, because we will have the best of the games being played at that point. Tunisia going into that rack and going straight down and contest it. And these are some of the things that bring problems, because there was no agreement. And he took off on it by himself and quite literally, isolated himself. There was a ball handling error there, but the ref gives the benefit of doubt, which is now turned over. And now going on the attack is Amin Baya, But again, there's another turnover, this time by the Uganda center, Emma. And from this, we wait to see what their options are. They look bunched up, Uganda, not really knowing what to do with the ball. They need to open up the field, create the pots that they can use to attack.
I'm guessing what I've realized from this fixture is that Uganda is lacking leadership on the pitch, because you've seen from the last couple of penalties, they've not been good communication from the players on what will be taken. Will it be tapping? Will it be going for points? And then who is going to call for it? It's been really shaky. I'm wondering what has happened within the last few minutes of this fixture.
No, don't lift him, don't lift him, don't lift him, don't lift him. Thank you.
Uganda gaining some ground there, and they're looking to keep it moving. A player there was trying to step here and there, but he was collected by his opposite number very well. And another turnover, and there's an infringement. There's an infringement on entry from the side. Look at Uganda one more time. Look at Uganda one more time. Oh, there's a player who's in distress on the ground
Let me
there.
do it, okay? I'm right here, looking. Thanks. Time off.
Yes, looking at Tunisia, trying to manage the game at this point as the game ebbs away towards the end. Uganda feeling the pressure of the scoreboard, trying to chase the game, causing them to take matters, players to take matters into their own hands, not well coordinated when they get penalties in terms of decision making because of the pressure they feel of chasing the game. However, Tunisia not suffering the same fate. They are trying to see how best to manage the time, and all they can keep doing is what they have done best, defend the whole game. And when they get into Uganda's half, they have always ensured that they come out with points. And that's why we see what we are seeing, where Uganda dominates much of the territory, much of the possession, but the same is not rewarded when it comes to the scoreboard. Scrum down being called here by Talent, the center referee, waiting to see what options will be taken, even as Uganda try and come back into this game.
Let's go.
First and foremost, let me give a shout out to Edmund Hunja, who's watching this fixture. You can get to watch this fixture from the K24 app, K24 Plus app, or also don't forget that you can also watch it on the Rugby Africa page. The next fixture coming right after this one at 2 o'clock will pit Kenya taking on Madagascar, a repeat of last year's final. Uganda trying their best to get out of trouble. They're seriously under pressure, and the pressure comes back at them straight. Ayari trying, and Uganda trying to maintain their MO of keeping the player up on the air, but this time around Tunisia have figured them out. Uganda opting to just kick the ball straight into touch. I'm not sure whether that was the smartest move by Daniel Okello. He will have tried to angle the ball a bit to get further distance, because this is still pressure. This is still pressure within the 5.
Okello is left-footed, got the ball and doesn't trust his right foot, and that's why that kick was skewed and went laterally to the try line, yielding a lot of ground to Tunisia, who will be able to attack from this line out. The throw is good from Beirem Ben Tisha. They will be able to set a rolling wall, which Uganda will have to defend quite well. They haven't defended a rolling wall for the longest while in this game, but they elect to go for a move which involved a short ball towards the 5. They have recovered it, trying to set it up. Uganda players creeping, and that has opened them up. That happened purely because of creeping. Second try by Belhaj Youssef. He has identified the chink in the armor of Uganda's defense. And that happened because Ugandan players shot up, and when he attacked it at an angle, he was able to cut it through them like a hot knife in a batter.
That's a repeat of it, as we see the ball being released by Al Jalasi and he goes straight to Mohamed Belhaj Youssef, who goes straight through into over the whitewash to extend the scores to 24-6 with less than 10 minutes to play into this fixture.
Let's go.
Not forgetting that this being Nairobi, we have what we call the unpredictable weather. The sun can be up, but then you'll be told that hot sun is for rain. Elijah will tell you in Swahili, hiyo jua, or in Sheng, hiyo jua ni ya mvua. The conversion attempt, I'm not sure, I think it was not successful.
No, hold on, you can't play, hold on, you can't, it's not the same
Yes,
ball.
Ayari's been good from the boot, but my man of the match today will have to be Mohamed Belhaj Youssef, who has 2 tries, being very instrumental for this Tunisia side.
Yes, quite a few contenders there. He is definitely one of them and should be awarded the same. If you look, he's also fast to reach to that rack and secure it. Those dirty jobs that men don't like doing. But Tunisia now really just playing within themselves with no pressure at all. And Uganda all but losing it in these closing minutes of the game.
I've seen a swing of a slap that missed a target. It will need there'll need to be a discussion. I'm looking at Adel Bahri going against Abed Champara. And, this was not a good sight in the game. It's not a good sight in the game if there's an infringement. The referee, their talent, Gandiwa, being very lenient, especially against Adel Bahri.
Melee? No.
Yeah. Whoa. But I'm very happy with the reflex of Abed Champara.
Yeah, he got his head out of that swing quite quickly. I don't know if it is also the lack of aim, but yeah, those are the things that you get when you're playing in the under-20 rugby. Blood gets to boil, and the youngsters can at one point or another lose it. However, reason has prevailed there, and talent has just had a word with them, telling them, young men, you know, you have a lot of years to play, and you need to set your reputation up in the best way possible. We have a scrum. Looking to put it in is Mohamed Al-Jasli, who's really done his bit of work quite well. But Uganda have turned it over. Just outside Tunisia's 22 and playing it out wide, looking at the numbers out wide. That's a carry by Hashim. Sets up a rack, but too slow. The ball has got to be faster than that if they are to get Tunisia napping. That's a strong carry. That's a strong carry, and the presentation of the ball is there. Still a little bit slow, but now looking to attack the wider channels. Setting up another rack, carrying it right through the center of the pitch. Another rack comes in. Good faces, good build-up by Uganda, trying to manipulate the defense. There is Waswa, but it goes in, and the referee calls for an infringement, which we need to identify what it was. Willie X.
I'm guessing it must have been a high tackle in that play, or an offside placement in that play. And I'm seeing there are 2 players. One is being attended to, 2 players on ground. 2 players on ground. Not sure whether talent will wish the game to continue, or first try to hold it for a minute.
Time off.
Time off, yes. Much appreciated talent. This is a fixture that has seen a lot of rush of the blood into the head. But as you proceed with this day, I just wanted to inform you that if you're in Nairobi, within the next 1 hour, Kenya will be taking on Madagascar, a fixture which will be a repeat of last year's final, but only this time it's a number 3 and 4 playoff. Kenya having lost to Namibia. In the semi-finals. And then the main fixture of the day will put to... Whoa, very good. Very good line break right there. Hashim Kabogoza
Step.
did some wonders right there. Very good collection. Referee, I think I saw an infringement. Yes, that was a high tackle. Very good offload, and he goes straight into the ground. Not sure there's been much advantage because the referee had already called it. Uganda gaining some ground. They are now within the red zone. Movement of the ball. It goes straight into contact. There was no support even on this other side. I'm guessing the most number of players on the other side. Here's Uganda making another drive. He ensures he does not lose the ball as he keeps moving. He's just within the red zone. If that ball is moved all the way to the end, very good placement and offloading of the ball right there by Waswa. Names that you'll find also here in Kenya. Very good lines, good step, but Uganda are not able to capitalize much. Brian Wandera with a good push. He's held, they're not releasing the player. This ball, they keep pushing. They never release the player. There's an infringement. I'm guessing they'll go back to the 5. Uganda with the good composure. And the referee calls it. I was not sure about that, Elijah. I was not sure.
Yeah, it looked like an open, but it wasn't. It was a tap off the foot. It's allowed to land on the ground and you're able to pick and play on and score. That was quick thinking. And in cognition of the time left, there's not much time left. There, just in that shot, we are seeing Kevin trying to stretch out and score, but he lost it. While they're still discussing and asking the ref what is going on, he picked it and he scored to get Uganda back within 13 points of the game. With a conversion to come, well, it was taken quite quickly, and I don't think it was successful. We are now looking at a 13-point game with only 4 minutes remaining. Tall mountain for them to climb. Yes, it was a drop kick. That's why we were not able to catch it because of the time.
And I wish not to say the name, but it was Daniel Lokelo one more time, and it was not successful. Quite an unfortunate day for Daniel Lokelo. We have Mohamed Riahi with the restarter with 3 minutes to play. It's a 24-11 game for Tunisia. A good collection of the ball by Uganda. And it's an infringement, I think. It's not clear. Yeah, he put his hands in the rack. Uganda can clearly see there is lack of communications. Everyone looking on how well to attack. I'm wondering what's the pecking order? Who's the captain and how well do they have this discussion? Going all the way into contact. Very good ball carry. And he loses that. It is a very good ball carry, but still he loses it. And it's now a Tunisia ball. Tunisia will like to move the ball to the wing. And Malek is picked up by the Uganda defense. The ball is within the Tunisia half, but right outside the halfway line. And not a turnover, but they're putting the hands in the rack. Before you have to clear the rack before you put your hands in the rack. Elijah Toili going into 2 minutes of this fixture. What do Tunisia need to do?
Tunisia need to manage the time here. Go for lineouts. Put the ball in the forwards. Play it in the racks. Within 90 seconds, the time should be up. There is nothing much really for Uganda to chase here. They can only play for pride and try and ensure that they score more tries as they exit the tournament. Because, they've been able to pile points, but in one area they are lacking is the try count. Their try count is quite low.
With less than a minute to play, it's been an interesting fixture. We've finalized on the 7-8 fixture, which enabled for Zambia to take the 7th position, and Côte d'Ivoire finished 8th. This is a fixture for 5 and 6, and as it stands, Tunisia will be 5th placed, while Uganda will be 6th placed. The next fixture will be pitting Kenya against Madagascar, a repeat of last year's final. Both teams not making the final this year, as both of them were knocked out in the semi-finals. Tunisia with a very, very, very good kick, but the referee, Talent Gandiwa, all the way from Zimbabwe, calls for the end of this fixture. Calls for the end of this fixture. The next fixture will be pitting Kenya versus Madagascar. Uganda not having the best of their games, not having the best of their fixtures. Daniel Okello from the boot, even Alvin Webaze not able to execute fully onto this fixture. That's Coach Lumu there, not a very happy person, because he would have wished for his team to have gotten a better outing with this fixture. And the full-time scores for this fixture, ladies and gentlemen, is Tunisia 24 and Uganda 11.
Dennis Okello, captain of the Uganda and Tunisia side. The dignitaries making their way forward, ladies and gentlemen, led by the Rugby Africa President, Khalid Babu, joining him, the Tunisia High Commissioner. All right, to award Dennis Okello is none other than Oscar Olaro, the Vice President of the Uganda Rugby Union. Receiving is the captain, Dennis Okello. It's a plaque in remembrance of their participation in the Rugby Under 20 Barthes Trophy, brought to you courtesy of the Kenya Rugby Union. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the captain. I'd like to ask the Tunisian captain, receiving his award from Hafsi, the Tunisian High Commissioner to Nairobi, and also joining in Khalid Babu. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to award the referees. Azuz, General Manager, Rugby Africa, receiving the first medal, the center referee, Talent Gandiwa from Zimbabwe. Big round of applause as the Evan Gates Open. Receiving his medal is Stefan Rakoto Niraini from Madagascar, assistant referee for the match between Uganda and Tunisia. Big thank you, Stefan, and congratulations for the match that you just had. Joining the award ceremony is the Treasurer, Kenya Rugby Union, Bwana Joshua Roni. And now Walking in to receive his individual medal award is Moses Ndungu, assistant referee for the game, the Uganda versus Tunisia game. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the reserve referee for this match, Linus Kinuthia, receiving his individual medal award from Azuz GM Rugby Africa and Joshua Roni, Treasurer, Kenya Rugby Union. A big thank you to each and every one of you, and a big round of applause for the Ugandan side making its way to the tunnel. Congratulations, boys. A big thank you for making your way to Nairobi. We do hope to see you again next year, hopefully at the Rugby Under 20 tournament.